Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. And we're continuing with the science of Dharma, understanding the purpose of our life, understanding what it means to be a human being, understanding what it means to be a properly functioning individual within creation. And we explained in previous talks the principle of sacrifice, which is key here, which is following the divine will as it was put down, following our purpose in life for the purpose of sustaining the entire creation without desire for individual reward. But notice here, Lord Krishna is telling us, by this shall you propagate. Let this be the milch cow of your desires. And he says the cow which yields all the desired objects. So we were just telling karma yoga, sacrifice. No fruit, no desires, no expectations. So why is he bringing forth here the milch cow that gives you all your desires? Why? This is very simple. We used to give this example a lot in the ashram. You sit in a temple, in an ashram, and somebody put down the seats, and somebody put some flowers, and somebody is teaching, and somebody cleaned, and somebody built the structure, and somebody is doing the maintenance of the structure, and so on and so forth. It's just an example. So there are many people doing their duty. And at the end of the day, they all meet in the temple. And they all get beautiful teachings, which give them a lot of inspiration and a lot of sustenance. Now, if the person, let's say, who is putting the flowers in the temple would think, I am so important. I want everybody to acknowledge me. And instead of acknowledging the teachings, they would acknowledge the person who is putting the flowers. Where would that take us? If the person who is doing the maintenance of the building would say, no, they need to give me special respects. If not, I'm not doing my job. Where would that take us? Now we can take it even further. Take, for instance, the example of our human body. We have many cells in our body, many types of cells. We have skin cells, we have heart cells, we have lung cells, we have liver cells, so on, so forth, many types of cells. And it is already known in science that cells are individual life units. So those cells have some lives. Now, each one of them has its duty. The heart cells know what their duty is. The lung cells know what their duty is. Liver cells know what their duty is. And they just do it. And by doing that, they benefit themselves because they get to live in a living organism. They get to live. And they benefit the entire body. Now, let's say that one day the lungs are having a little bit of a cold. And the heart needs to work harder to pump oxygen or to help the body heal. And then the heart just sits there and says, these lungs are good for nothing. They're not doing their job. Why should I be helping them? No. I will just go on the same way I did before. I'm not taking extra effort. Actually, I'm due for a good vacation. What will happen? The entire organism would perish. And together with it, what will perish? The heart. Now, when each and every cell does its bounden duties, the duty that were given to it by the rules of the physical body, we have a prosperous body. And by the whole body being prosperous, also the tissues of this specific organ are being prosperous. When this principle of sacrifice is not maintained, the cells don't just follow the rules because something bothers them. They can't, thankfully, but if they could, what would happen? Nobody would get anything. And this is a very, very, very important thing to remember, and we will show it again and again and again. It's not that if I don't give to other what my duty is to give, then he gets less and I get less. Nobody gets anything and nothing is sustained. We both fall together. Even if for a second it looks like I somehow managed to get a better deal. No. What happened in reality is, when you take a saw and start cutting the branch that you sit on, then with that act, I put the first cut. More acts, more cuts, until the whole branch falls. Everything falls with it. And this is the principle here. We either follow the rules of creation, fulfill our roles in creation, or when dharma, that which sustains, is broken, everything becomes not sustainable, ourselves included. A little bit more details about how this works are given here in these very, very beautiful teachings, and also how we should implement it to ourselves. Please join us for the next teachings. Om Shanti.